Hello, I'm Sylvia Schnopp001, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about an unknown history, a time frame in Mexico in the 20th century that my family lived through. Chances are that you might have known about the Cristero Revolution, but the vast majority of Latinos, primarily here in the U.S., don't know this ever occurred. And we happen to have a movie now out starring Andy Garcia and Eva Longoria called For Greater Glory, or La Cristiada in Spanish, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about that history. The time frame begins in the early 20th century, right after the Mexican Civil War that we all know about, that Pancho Villa and Emiliano Zapata were really key in. And during that time frame, there were folks within Mexico that either fought with the revolutionaries or were part of the government forces. So we fast forward into the 1920s, and this time frame starts with the president known as Plutarco Elias Calles. President Calles was elected into office in 1924. And during that time, he really enforced what has already been in the Mexican history books, in the Constitution, known as the anti-clerical laws. In mid-1926, President Calles decides to put together what's called Ley Calles, and it was a penal code system that really punished the Catholics for what they could do possibly in public. Of course, we all know and can understand that about 90% of Mexico was Catholic at that time, and the vast majority are still Catholic today. But even with 90% of the population being Catholic, they couldn't stop this train coming. And on August 1st, 1926, the Vatican decides to close the churches, the Catholic churches, indefinitely throughout the country. Now, this is the time frame that my parents then started telling me about, and it wasn't until my father, who was 81 at the time, in 2003, decided to share this personal story with me. So that, in effect, the Catholic Church didn't have their religion nor any of their sacraments available for a great number of years. And it was at that point that my dad decided to tell me the story. Thank you.